FDA approved the new COVID-19 vaccine, and they approved it specifically for use in individuals over the age of 65 or individuals under the age of 65 who have at least one pre-existing condition that makes them more likely to develop severe COVID-19 after infection. The two messenger RNA vaccines that are available, the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine, are very similar in many ways. The exception being that the Moderna vaccine is approved for individuals down to 6 months of age, whereas the Pfizer vaccine is only approved for individuals down to the age of 5 years. Prior to this year, the vaccine was approved for all individuals either 5 years of age or over or 6 months of age or older, depending on which vaccine you were working with. So the FDA approval was much more broader and set the stage for a more precise recommendation of who actually is recommended to get the vaccine, which is done by the Centers for Disease Control. There's no doubt that the current FDA recommendations for what the COVID vaccine should be used for targets populations that we know are vulnerable to severe disease. Um, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't think about the fact that there are actually other portions of the population that do suffer from severe disease, albeit at lower rates. And what this essentially does is it takes that vaccine off the plate for use in other populations. Particularly, one of the populations that's surging right now is children under the age of 12, and emergency room visits for COVID in that population. That's the number one population right now. The CDC is going to be making the true recommendations for who gets the vaccine. And that may be even more restrictive than what the FDA has said. And so we're still waiting for an official CDC verification of who should be getting the vaccine. Again, that hasn't happened yet, and COVID is happening right now. So, we run the risk of delaying the rollout of the vaccine while we go through some of these regulatory hurdles. The FDA guidance will limit accessibility of the vaccine to individuals because it puts additional hurdles in place for otherwise healthy individuals to get the vaccine. We normally don't talk to our medical doctors or our physicians about a vaccine. For many vaccines, simply talking to the pharmacist administering the vaccine is enough to gauge whether a person is eligible and would like to get the vaccine. This makes things much more complicated, and when things get complicated, we see vaccine uptake go down.